What's up, everybody? Long time no see. Was going to come back, do a fun family, sports, whatever stuff, video / podcast for you guys. But the old man sent me something about 20 minutes ago. We're going to watch it here. It is Uvalde police, how they reacted to, we all know there's a lot of weird stuff going on involving that shooting and whatnot. But he sent me some, I guess Fox, other places I assume have it as well. Some footage of what was going on. Like we'll see it here. I saw one clip. It was the mayor, I believe, or the chief. Someone was like, listen, they're shutting us out. We're not trying to stonewall you guys, but they're not giving us any information. Now, it kind of gives me a little bit of pause because this is the normal conspiracy theory that I like, but this involves a bunch of dead kids, and that's something you don't really want to play around with. But they're blaming, the higher ups in Texas are not sharing information. It's a cover-up. Exactly something a Democrat would do to hurt a conservative. A liberal, not a Democrat, a liberal, very different. But they don't see the world as we see it, where everybody matters, people are important. They see it as pushing an agenda, so they do not care. In my opinion, these crazy liberals, they do not care the chaos that surrounds as long as they can push their agenda. So they may be saying one thing, hoping it triggers people to get all worked up. Greg Abbott sucks. We got to get rid of the conservative mindset in Texas, all these things. That's a possibility. Now, it's not something I want to say, Conspiracy Corner really hammer away at it because it's children who's lost their lives over this, but the liberals don't care. The crazy anti-gun rhetoric people, they don't care as long as they can push their message, and it's disgusting. So anyway, that's a different story, but that's what I think is going on. So then I scrolled down the webpage, and I found this video here we're going to watch together and see what's going on. So here we go. May 24th, surveillance video shows a truck crashing. The gunman of the crashed vehicle fires 3 shots at 2 men who approach. People went to go check them out, and whoever crashed the vehicle started shooting at him. Teacher calling 911. Kids are running, she says. The gunman begins shooting at the school from the parking lot. Here's someone's surveillance video catching him going into the school. 11:33 enters the school. Look at him walking down the hallway with the gun, like it's no big deal. Look at this. This is crazy. They're flipping his hair around, just moseying on down the hallway. A young student comes around the corner as the gunman walks down the hall. The sound of children screaming has been removed. The gunman fires his AR-style rifle, it should say. For 2.5 minutes, authorities say more than 100 rounds were fired. So 3 minutes later, 1, 2, 3 cops, 4. 4 cops are at 5, 6. 3 minutes later, they were in the hallway down by 7, 8. Oh, there's more down at the end. They're at the room. They are right there. Very little volume. What are they doing? This guy's checking his phone. Gunshots. and they come running down the hallway. 4 minutes later, officers retreat in the hallway and take cover after shots were fired by the gunman. More heavily armed officers continue to arrive. 19 minutes later, 31 minutes later, looks like they got like SWAT in there. Still no rescue attempt happens, and there's a ton of cops in there. 48 minutes, the gunman is heard firing 4 more rounds. Well, there's like 30 cops in here. Now they're going down the hallway. For those of you who aren't seeing the video, it's on YouTube, on Rumble. "57 minutes. You got 30 cops down the hallway, another 5 or 6. This guy gets his hand sanitizer. You got to stop that COVID. Make sure your germs are stopped there, buddy. 77 minutes later, officers breached the classroom and killed the gunman. 77 minutes later, and there's about 50 police officers in this hallway. 77 minutes later, and these dudes were on site 3 minutes after the kid got inside with the gun. Make a hole, make a hole. I mean, look at this video, bro. Look, 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 13, 14, 15. Here they come running down the hallway. Oh, now more going. All right. So, let me stop that video there. All right, so you guys saw that. That's a weird one. So let me play something else here for you real quick. See if I can get back and find the beginnings of this article here. Let's see if it plays. There was going to be there'd be an ad. This will just be recording. I'm not going to play it. I'm not going to get the video set up for this one. But listen to this.
Breaking tonight, a new report examining the shooting at Robb Elementary School in Uvalde on May 24th, and the law enforcement response to that indicates officers missed multiple chances to slow the gunman and possibly save lives, more than we thought before. Senior correspondent Casey Stiegel has new details tonight from Dallas. Good evening, Casey.
Right, good evening. This new report was released by ALERT, or the Advanced Law Enforcement Rapid Response Training at Texas State University. The 26-page document says that cops missed 3 chances to slow the shooter. Number 1, an officer with a rifle had a clear shot of the suspect before he even went inside the school, but asked for permission to shoot and waited. Number 2 involved a cop driving through the school parking lot at a high rate of speed, which apparently diverted a different officer's attention away from the suspect as he slipped inside Robb Elementary School. That number 3, an exterior door was unlocked, which gave the shooter instant access to the building. The report also questioned...
All right, so sorry if that sounded grainy, but that's the part I watched when the old man sent it to me. So, a cop flew by, took someone's attention. Okay, I get it. The door is unlocked. Understand that as well. I mean, you probably should have all these schools locked down and stuff. In my opinion. I know people are like, "Oh, this is America. You're not." Listen, man, stop with all that stuff. Like, keep the schools locked. It's that simple. People are crazy. We're not a third world country. Okay, we aren't these horrible places, but we can still protect our kids. So stop with that crap. Get multiple cops out there, patrol the schools. People are nuts nowadays. So that the door is unlocked. Lock the door. You know what I mean? Like if you're a faculty member, or get one of them automatic deals where you can just swipe it, boop boop, and it'll let you in. You know what I mean? All these doors should have been locked. This kid just walks right in. Come on. And you saw the video. Like, he's just walking down. He's flipping hair and all this stuff. I mean, that's crazy to me. That's you know what I mean? But the first thing, a cop had him lined up in Target, to take him out, and he's waiting for permission. Now, I get that to a certain extent. It looks like a young kid. You're about to pull the trigger, end someone's life. You want to make sure you cross all your T's and dot all your I's because you're worried about the court of public opinion. If this is a kid who has a fake gun, we'll say, and he's killed by the cop, they're going to blame the cop. If the cop does nothing, the kid goes inside and kills a bunch of people, they blame the cop. The guy's in a lose-lose situation. Obviously, he chose wrong. Well, no one's here to debate that. There's someone outside of a school with a rifle. Now, he had already shot, I think, a few shots in the parking lot. That's why they were on site, because there were people already shooting. So you hear shots. It's a school. You've got a bunch of kids inside. This guy's got a giant gun. Take the shot, bro. I'm sorry. You're in the wrong place at the wrong time, but you're doing the wrong thing. You shouldn't be at a school with a gun. So if somebody shoots you and you die, that's a you problem. The cop should have taken the shot. But who knows why he didn't? Who knows why permission wasn't given? Did it come too late? I'll put the article in the description of the video. But you see this kid just walked right inside 11:33, 11:36. I hope the times are right, because again, did you go back and watch the video? 3 minutes later, there were 7 to 8 cops in the school, 2 or 3 down the hallway where he went. Now, it's easy to play, Monday morning quarterback, it's called, hindsight, all this stuff. They could not have known where he went. They could have seen him, saw him with the gun, they protected themselves. All sorts of stuff, right? None of us have ever been in that situation, but it looks at these videos, these guys have never been in that situation. Now, obviously, it makes no difference. Kids are dead because these guys couldn't do what needed to be done. And that's a problem. But you got a family. You don't know this kid's what he's doing. You don't know where he's at. You can walk and he can sit in behind, the windows and the doors, just sitting there, and you walk by, boom, and you're dead. You got yourself on your mind. It's natural. And no one is saying it doesn't suck for those kids and those families. Hear what I say. I'm responsible for what I say, not for what you hear. These guys were probably looking out for themselves. Can you fault them for it? Sure, now that 19 kids are dead, hell yeah, you can fault them for it. But I don't know how I would be in that situation. How would you be? You don't know. Nobody knows. All we know is what happened, and what happened is horrible. You know what I mean? Like, it's bad. But again, if you've seen the show before, the podcast, heard it, I'm not overly emotional. I don't, oh my God, or on anything that is super exciting or super horrible. If I say it's bad, it's bad. Like, you can dramatize it all you want, but bad is not a good thing. These kids died. That's not a good thing. So it's bad. So that's me. I don't do the over the top emotion stuff. It's not for me. But it's horrible, bro. Like, it's a horrible situation. So then 77 minutes later, they find the guy and take him out. There's like 50 cops in the hallway. And he'd fired 4 more shots. He probably initially, before the cops showed up, probably took everybody out. He sat there in 2 classrooms for 2.5 minutes, unloading something like 100 rounds. Odds are that's where it happened. You know what I mean? Now, does it change anything? No. He should have been taken out outside. If you're a cop listen, I'm saying this as a regular guy. There's a dude outside of a school with a gun. Obviously you got to do your job. You got to follow the rules, chain of command, ask permission. But bro, you take the person out. They should not be in that situation. If you don't want to have an issue with the cops, with the law, don't break the law. And your odds of having a run-in with them are nearly 0. This kid's roaming around outside with a gun at a school. You take the shot and you take the kid out. Why? I mean, look at this video. They didn't budge. There was a insane amount of police officers in that hallway doing nothing. And I don't want to sound jerky. One dude checked his phone. One guy's getting hand sanitizer. You know what I mean? Like, what are you doing? Now, for those of you who are really super upset, you watch too much TV, my guess would be. Because this is not TV. You can't just screw back up, I'm going in, where one guy or one girl with a 6-shooter takes out 15 people with assault rifles. Life isn't like that. All right? Stop thinking the movies, TV is real life. It's not. There are rules to follow. Some people are bigger and stronger than other people. Genders matter. All this stuff is real in real life. So we don't know why they hesitated. We don't know why they didn't go and do what needed to be done. Rules, maybe. Self-preservation, possibly. It's not TV where you can just do what you want. It's easy to criticize once the horrible happened. And that's what we're doing. But watching this video, you know what I mean? Like, I'm stumped, bro. I really am. What are you doing with 50-something police officers standing in the hallway, you know, over 77 minutes coming and going? I don't know, man. You guys see the video. You know where we are on social media, at @N_discourse, Twitter, Getter, Truth Social, Instagram, Facebook page, Billy and Steve, Neighborly Discourse, look it up. I mean, you see the video, comment on the video. I don't know what I saw, to be honest, man. It's hard to say. My guess is self-preservation. You know, but when you got 50 people in there, what are you doing? You know what I mean? Like, do you think you can go in there and make a bad situation worse? Possibly. You know what I mean? Like, you can go in there guns blazing and no one's been hit yet, but all of a sudden you start trading shots and you kill innocent people. Then you're blamed for that. Regardless of what you may want to think of how well cops are trained, they're people. Every move they make is scrutinized because the liberals, the media, want them gone. All right? Again, story for another day, but that's why they do all this stuff. They should say, screw it and do their job. I'm with that. I didn't sign up to do that job, so I'm not going to criticize them. But I'm looking at video and I'm criticizing the video. Something doesn't look right. I don't know how or why it looks that way. These dudes didn't do much of anything. So, hopefully more information comes out. I've heard things of, they didn't have the budget, then the chief didn't have a radio. I have no idea. But these dudes were on site before he got into the building and had a shot and didn't take it. They were in there 3 minutes after he got in. Now, if they're on site while he's outside, obviously they're on site when he's inside for 2 minutes laying down his guns, his bullets and stuff like that. You know what I mean? So why aren't they charging then? Self-preservation, who gets the order? It sounds like everybody's passing the buck because they know they screwed up. And that's crappy, man. Kids lost their lives because who knows? Who knows? I hope no one has to be in that situation as a parent, as a kid, as a police officer. Like, it sucks all around. Mainly for the parents and the kids who've lost their lives and lost their children. The cops, you'll be able to laugh one day again. But these families, they're screwed, bro. So you got to kind of get that, put that in perspective. But that's tough, man. Like, I look at this video. Go back and rewatch it. I don't want to tell you. It's a bizarre one. You know what I mean? I don't know what happened, why they did what they did. You guys tell me again at N_discourse and all the social media sites. Comment on the video. You guys have a great day.